Hey, what's up, guys? Toogie here, back again with another episode of my New England Patriots franchise mode series right here on Madden 20. And today, the Chase Dawson era begins. Perhaps a little bit of irony that the man replacing Tom Brady is a 6'5", 6'6" quarterback out of Tennessee. Peyton Manning comparisons aplenty at this point. The team is set up. I, of course, took a look at, the options that we had on the free agent list and everything to fill out this roster at the end of the last episode, rather than just, boring you guys with it, because it was a little bit tedious. This is the team that we are rolling with, though. Again, Dawson takes over. Very intrigued to see just how good he is going to be, but trading up to get him proved to be the right choice, no doubt about it. We're going to keep Nick Mullins and Dakota Chase on roster. I normally don't roll with 3 quarterbacks, but we're going to have 3 this year. Running back-wise, we're going to trust Sony Michel, and we're going to see if Damien Harris can have a bit of a breakout season. It's more of a money-saving move there. But if something happens with Michel, Damien Harris is the perfect age and the perfect overall to potentially have a breakout moment and take that step up towards being a mid-70s rated running back, which is more than good enough as our second option. Dell Powers is an undrafted rookie, more of a receiving back option, so that's why we went with him. Fullback, of course, is still James Devlin. Wideout-wise, we're rolling with these 5. Of course, Amari Cooper's still here. N'Keal Harry, Trent Taylor, John Ross, and Jakeem Grant, who we ultimately did end up signing. So we have some speed at wideout, at least, just in general, really 3 guys, at least a 92 or higher. Tight end-wise, of course, Hooper, Butt, and Izzo. The O-line, Isaiah Wynn is going to stay. Tooney's here, of course, David Andrews, Shaq Mason, and James Landry will also be starting on the O-line. So Kerry Young, who was a very good option that we picked up on the O-line this year, is going to start on the bench. He will probably replace David Andrews at the end of this year. It depends on how badly Andrews regresses once he hits 30 years old. The D-line, Derek Barnett with Nick Bentley, another undrafted free agent who's not that bad to help fill out the roster. Carl Lawson, of course. Chase Winovich is going to be the real beneficiary of the way the depth chart's set up right now. Trey McGraw. We relied on a lot of undrafted rookies to fill out this roster. Of course, we ended up with Clinton Tuck, Eric Armstead there as well, Kent Hull, again, another UDFA, available to us as a third-string option. And linebackers, Ibukum is there with another UDFA. Middle linebacker, though, we're looking okay. Jack Bentley and Landon Roberts has been brought back. He'll be playing more of an outside role. Isaiah Collins and Simon Moore. You have Devondre Campbell there, of course, still now at 28, and Oscar Houston. Corner-wise, obviously it's a focus of ours in the upcoming draft. Finding replacements for Gilmore and McCourty. We'll see what happens. But we have one more season at the very least of an elite level. Stephon Gilmore. You have Evans, Jason McCourty, of course, according to Devin McCourty at safety. Reggie Choice will get to play quite a bit this season as well. Will Lutz, our kicker. William Russell, our punter. And we are pretty much good to go. 82 overall, 85 offense, 81 defense. And, of course, as our quarterback continues to improve as we move along, we're going to be looking pretty good. Now, in terms of schemes, by the way, we're still going to run multiple zone run, I think. 66 scheme fit there, although vertical zone run does get us up to a 76. Technically, we do have a strong arm quarterback, so vertical zone run might actually be the way to go. We'll go vertical. Yeah, I guess Sony Michel is an elusive back. We'll go vertical zone run, and then as far as the defense is concerned, 3-4 under could work. Base 4-3 is at an 85. Not often you have something that's higher rated than a 4-6 defense, so we'll run the base 4-3 as well. Sticking with the New England playbooks, because why not? So, with that, we're pretty much good to go. You're caught up. We are good to get this season underway. N'Keal Harry already going up by at least 1 overall point, I would assume. We'll just make him better as a physical threat to get him up to an 83. Makes all the sense in the world just to take the guarantee. +1 in catching. The 23-year-old superstar. Going to work very well, at least I hope, with Amari Cooper on the outside this year. But we will hopefully get to the first 4 to 5 games of the season. It must have signed a random safety. I had a feeling it was going to do that. I knew I should have switched somebody over. Let me guess. Strong safety. Yeah, it signed Cravens. Let's go ahead and drop him. No problem. Go over here, and we'll just move Crocker over. It shouldn't make him the starter. The depth chart is already sorted. I will double check just to make sure. It's kind of dumb how it does that. I get why it does that. It's more to help the AI not completely botch their own roster. But let me double check the depth chart just to make sure nothing got screwed up there. We'll go to safeties and yeah, damn it, it screwed it up. Did it screw up the rest of the team though, is my question. Hopefully it didn't, and hopefully that was the only thing that it changed. So obviously there we'll have McCourty, and we'll have Choice as the secondary option. And who's the third option going to be here at safety? Dawson. That's who it's going to be. So hopefully it didn't change anything else about the depth chart when it did that, because it was set up pretty much how I wanted it. And the good thing is it didn't, because we are going to have J.C. Jackson as our second corner over Jason McCourty to try and get a little bit of development out of that. So final preseason game, go figure. Baltimore undefeated in the preseason, and it stays that way. We open our season down in New Orleans, although we do have an injury, and it is to Trent Taylor. That's not good. Decent money spent to bring in the Edelman replacement, and he is hurt in the final preseason game. Now, in terms of the depth chart, we gotta bring in somebody else. I think that means I'm gonna cut Chase. I'm gonna stick with Mullins as the backup QB this year. So sorry to Dakota Chase, the rookie out of BC, but it's not gonna happen. We got to bring in another slot option, or at least another wideout in general. It doesn't have to necessarily be a slot option. It can be the top guy available. Oh, God. Well, it's Trent Sherfield or Auden Tate. Auden? Auden. 6'5". What's your catching rating? An 81. Let's go with Sherfield. We'll bring him in. I know he's listed as a deep threat. We had just enough money to sign him, too. That was incredibly close. So let's see what the depth chart looks like now. With Sherfield in, he'll be the fifth option. And then obviously, worst case, we move Hooper there as well. You know what? I'm actually still going to have Hooper as the fifth option. Maybe. Maybe not. Slot option. Who is going to be the slot wideout? The answer is going to be Ross or Grant still. That's okay. All right, cool. So it didn't affect us that much. I mean, not having Taylor as the slot option does hurt a little bit. But regardless, we are good to get this season underway. The Battle of the 80 Overalls, Thursday, prime time, starting this season off with a bang. And obviously, the Saints are looking pretty damn. Jesus Christmas. Thomas, Kamara, Jordan, and Marshawn Lattimore, all X Factors. Armstead, Jacoby Brissett, and Demario Davis, all superstars. This could be rough with the amount of X Factors that they have on this team. As we look to start off our season on a high note, the new era begins. Of course, we failed in the playoffs twice thus far. Can't say I'm overly happy about that. But hopefully this year is the start of something special. We had that one transition year. Now we get the young quarterback that we need, and we'll see what he can do. Not the easiest task, though, for a debut down in New Orleans. So let's see what happens here, although we are on the verge of scoring, and we do. It's a touchdown on the opening drive, 5 yards for Sony Michel, and we'll move on to the end of the first quarter, where the Saints are on the verge of tying this game up, but it is a 7-0 lead early on, as the Saints ultimately do tie it. No surprise there. They take a 14-7 lead, make that a 17-7 lead at the half. 17 unanswered points in that second quarter, as our offense has completely stalled out. We do get a touchdown here in the third. Ultimately, it's a 7-point game at this stage. Big chance here for the Saints on third down. They cannot convert. 14 minutes left, and we'll see what the offense can do. They march down the field and take the lead, 21-17. A 1-yard touchdown pass to Amari Cooper from the 1 after a 23-yard completion. And with 9:55 left, we have the lead here against the Saints, although they march down in record time to regain the lead. 21-yard rushing touchdown for Kamara. It's a 3-point lead the other way now. Let's see what we can do on this next drive. It is an offensive shootout here in the second half. 28-24. Damien Harris with the rushing touchdown. We have a 4-point lead with 5 minutes left. Can the Saints do anything? No, they cannot. It's the rookie Reggie Choice with the interception on the first play of the drive. And that should pretty much kill the game off. And it does. Reggie Choice. What a selection he was. Damien Harris, another rushing touchdown. That does have me concerned that Sony Michel could be hurt. But ultimately, we're going to be able to hold on here and get the win. 35-24. No real point in time to jump in to either play or watch. We get the job done. It's looking a little bit shaky after being outscored, 17-0 in that second quarter. And ultimately, the interception from Reggie Choice seals the deal. Miles Jack, the player of the game. And the Dawson era starts off with a W. Had a better game than Brissett. Jacoby Brissett, 3 picks in that game. But Chase Dawson, 20 of 36, 243 yards with 2 touchdowns. Rushing-wise, Michel did get hurt, which is scary. But Damien Harris with 2 touchdowns in that game on 9 carries. Ross, Hooper, and Cooper, all with 6 receptions. 2 touchdowns for Amari, though. No sacks allowed. 14 tackles for Miles Jack. Numerous tackles for loss. Wow. Oh my God, more than a couple of sacks. Clinton Tuck had a couple of sacks on his own. Armstead, Roberts, Barnett, and Jack, all with at least 1 sack. And the 3 interceptions, Choice, Evans, and Gilmore. Will Lutz had a pretty damn quiet game. Despite the fact that we allowed 24 points, that is a defensive masterclass for the most part when you look at the moments there. The Saints made the most of their big opportunities, but for the most part, we were able to shut them down and get the job done. The question here, how long is Sony Michel out for? And the answer is the majority of the season. A broken fibula, a 12-week injury. Shit. Because you'd think of us not bringing back James White and wanting to rely on Sony. And now we have a problem. Mainly from a cap perspective. As to where we might have to cut Nick Mullins just to have the money to bring in a running back. Wow. It might even have to be a trade. Now, Corey Clement is available, as is Gallman. But this is not an ideal situation for us in the slightest. I don't really know what we're going to do here. Cap-wise, let me actually check here to see what we have in terms of cap space. If we wanted to sign Clements, yeah, we'd have to cut Mullins or make a trade. I mean, Mullins is the obvious guy to get rid of. He's not exactly the one I do want to get rid of, because if Dawson goes down and Mullins isn't available, we are screwed in terms of, who we have available to us. I think we can get rid of a little bit of O-line depth if we had to. There's also, a linebacker like Simon Moore who can be dropped. He's not really playing all that much. So you know what, Simon Moore, you're not making all that much money, but you are going to be cut. And from there, I don't know who we're going to be able to bring in. So that's a big win for us. And Harris did well filling in, but that is a brutal situation for us to lose our star running back that quickly into the season. Can we sign Clement for this? We can't. Yeah, we're gonna either have to bring in nobody or cut Nick Mullins, and I think it's gonna have to be Mullins, and we'll just have to admit that about time our quarterback goes down, this season is over. So we'll see what we can do here. It is going to probably be Corey Clement that we look to bring in. I mean, highest overall, not the fastest, but that's not exactly a killer for me. Let's do it. Corey Clement's going to be brought in to try and save the day. Quarterback-wise, as a backup, let's see if we can bring back Chase. And we're going to be a little bit short of being able to do that. So it's going to have to be someone out of this group. Oh, God. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm looking for more of a familiar name, right? Rather than anybody who's actually half decent, and unfortunately there aren't really any good meme of a name there either. So I think it's going to be Kevin Clayton out of USF that we look to bring in here as the backup quarterback. I mean, again, if there is an injury to the quarterback on this team, this season is done. So we have that in mind. So running back wise, just to double check, third down back is going to be Clement. And the power back, I'm not sure. It might end up being Harris. It is going to be Harris, which is good. Clement is even on rating with them. But it will be Damien Harris. We still want to make sure that he gets a decent amount of carries. So 2 big injuries thus far. I mean, last game of the preseason in the first week. As we head into week 2 on the road against the Browns, who won in week 1. Again, the new era at quarterback here started off well for us, but we're going to need something. We're going to need another strong effort here from the defense. And unfortunately, they still have OBJ. They still have Myles Garrett, Ward, Mayfield, and Sheldon Richardson, all listed as superstars. Let's do this. We'll see if we can move to 2-0 on the season. And hopefully, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but for the love of God, can we not have another star player go down? That would be cool. And yes, I'm calling Trent Taylor a star player because, I mean, the slot option for us is very important with this Patriots playbook. But if Amari Cooper can have another strong game, if the O-line can hold up, and if the defense can put as much pressure on the Browns offense as they did to the Saints, then we will be looking okay. And we have the lead through the first quarter, 7-3. We'll sim through the second as well. 10-3, 13-3, now 13-6. And I thought Cleveland was going to score there late, but they did not. So a couple of chances to get more points on the board than we did, but it is ultimately a 7-point lead at the half. Let's go through the third, as the Browns able to capitalize on their first possession to tie it up, and they are threatening to take the lead again here at the start of the fourth, but they cannot. Jason Sanders misses a 27-yarder. We're tied at 13, and this drive starts at the 17 with 13 minutes left to go in regulation, but we fail to convert there. Can Cleveland strike? The answer is no. A bit of a defensive battle going through here. Quick drive. There we go. A little bit more than a quick drive, but it works out for us. 9-yard touchdown pass to John Ross. And we take the 7-point lead with 5 minutes remaining. Cleveland is stopped. J.C. Jackson. The interception. I wish it would give me a replay. It's not going to do that, but another crucial interception in consecutive games to start this year. J.C. Jackson gets the job done. We trusted him as the second corner to begin this season, and that decision appears to have worked out for us. We take over from our own 16 with 2 minutes left. Can we wind down the clock? Yes, we can. Easy does it. J.C. Jackson is the hero as we move to 2-0 on the season. Poor Mr. Kitchens. You put up a good fight. Ibukum, player of the game, 10 tackles and a sack. The defense, really kind of the highlight for us over the first 2 games of the season. Not that we're struggling offensively, but a hell of a job done there. Another crucial fourth quarter interception, and that seals the deal. Mayfield, decent game, but again, Chase Dawson, effective. 16 of 25, 210 yards and a touchdown. Very good. Very good. I mean, yeah, he's not throwing 4 touchdowns a game yet, but that's okay. Corey Clement, strong debut. 2.5 yards per carry isn't great, but a touchdown, 17 carries. Harris did not get much of the ball, though. And, maybe we'll make him the starter. Hooper, 4 receptions. Corey Clement was effective from a receiving perspective, though. That one touchdown, of course, went to John Ross. Blocking-wise, the O-line struggled a bit. 3 sacks allowed between Wynn and Andrews, but defensively, 2 men in double digits. Although ultimately, Abukum with the sack led the way. That was our only sack of the game. 2 interceptions, Jackson and Miles Jack. Will Lutz, 2 for 2. The Patriots move on. 2-0 in the Chase Dawson era. The era of Chase Dawson. And what do you know? Oh, no. Well, fuck. Like, what do you know? There was no injuries. Nope. There was. Thanks. Who is it? Oh, my sweet, merciful God. Carl Lawson is also out for the next few weeks. So Chase Uminovich is about to have a little bit more of a focus on him as we head home for the first time, hosting the 2-0 Chiefs. Dawson already getting a skill point. He is up to a 79 overall. I love him already. Although the downs counter is still not anywhere close, not even at the halfway point for where we want it to be. So defensively, this scares the hell out of me that we have to play Mahomes with, this injury on defense. But it is going to be Barnett and Winovich leading the way. Bentley might get a little bit more of a focus in this game. Again, one of those many UDFAs that we picked up. I'm not too afraid of playing him. Gilmore wants to re-sign, as does Sony Michel. Oh, God. I mean, we have to re-sign Sony Michel and just hope that he doesn't get hurt again. It's obviously a risk. We'll probably sign him for this and then trade him before the contract is up. So if he'll accept this, I'm good with it. He wants more money. Gilmore, I mean, I'm not against bringing back. The money that he's looking for, 17.2 for a cap hit because he wants a 1-year deal. This will probably be Gilmore's last year in New England. I think that's fairly obvious. In terms of scouting, what do we have as a specialty right now? Because it needs to be a secondary scout. Because obviously we have to replace Gilmore. And the answer, do we even have a scout? Running backs. Okay. I mean, we do still need to look for a running back, I would say, unless we wanted to rely on Harris as the secondary option. But I think we're just going to immediately start scouting options in the secondary. And again, choice helps a lot in terms of having safety sorted out, but there is going to have to be more that's done here. We do have another running back scout available after we fire Schnupp, so it's not that big of a deal. So Eugene Compton, come on down. And you know what, while we're here, Matt Hedrick, I did forget to look. Okay. So in terms of training, wow. All right, well, obviously we'll just finalize all the training. The O-line scout. And for the hell of it, do I want to, I'm going to add it for the punter too. I'm not too worried about the extra trade, the master trade negotiator. I'm not worried about that. Trading is easy enough as it is with that off. So let's not worry about it too much. Let's get down to scouting corners here, or, top-notch safeties who might be able to convert over. We start off with Jeffrey Brown, and you love to see those B pluses through the early stage. We are going to look at everybody, though, just in case you might have someone. I imagine Clifford Adams, the next 2 grades are going to be tremendously disappointing. So a bruised and battered Patriots team heads home for the first time. We host the Kansas City Chiefs. We do have the overall advantage, but obviously, I mean Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Mitch Schwartz. This could be rough. We've had mixed success over the Chiefs thus far in this series, and I don't really know what to expect. I mean, Cleveland, not surprised they put up a fight. Obviously, in the first few seasons within Madden, they are always competitive, as you kind of expect them to be. With Baker, with Garrett, with OBJ there. Of course, they're going to do well in the sim. The Chiefs, similar in that way, especially with Mahomes leading the way. So we'll see what we can do here. Road Warriors to start the season. We come home as Alex Collins gets a rushing touchdown to start things off for Kansas City. We're not able to respond. Ultimately, we do, though. I was going to say on that first drive, we're not able to respond. And thankfully, it was an interception from Reggie Choice. He's a monster. And we get a 6-yard touchdown pass to Corey Clement. We're going to see how Harris does in terms of carries. If he struggles, we'll make him the starter. But Clement's doing very well from a receiving option or a standpoint that, I mean, he's kind of like a James White replacement right now, at least. We go through the second. Chiefs with a field goal, 10-7, now 17-7. Oh, I thought they were going to score again. Down by 10 at the half. We need a strong start here in the third. We do not get it. 20-7 Kansas City, 28-7 for the Chiefs. I might try a little bit of bailing us out here because, you know, if you're going to throw injuries my way, then screw it. We're going for it. Plus, I want to see Dawson in action, you know? So that's exactly what we're going to see. Oh my God, David Andrews just looked like a 52 rated rookie there. Are you kidding me? A 3-man rush, and David Andrews does this. Look at him. Nothing. The left guard's oblivious. The right tackle's just running upfield. I swear to God, the blocking in this game is worse than it was at launch. Swear to God it is. That is a huge opportunity wasted. We might still try to run this with Clements. I think we will. See if we can get anywhere. That's okay. 3 yards at least. Here I am saying, let's try to save the day. And then David Andrews says, oh, no, you don't. No, you do not, sir. Mr. Harris, if you'd like to wheel route out, that would be great. That would be great. Thank you for holding on to that. I would have been pissed if he didn't. So Dawson has thrown his first career pick. Only 18 passes, though. Like, I know we're on a run-first set, but it's kind of surprising that we've struggled this much. Oh, baby. Oh, God. Well, maybe that's why we're struggling with Dawson, because that's a wide open throw that he just botched. I know the best of them can botch throws, but oh, it's frustrating when you see a 70. Please don't fumble. Thank God. It's frustrating. You see a 79, you're like, okay, he can hit that throw. High school quarterbacks can hit that throw consistently. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, God. I'm not liking any options here, but you know what? Let's send Ross over the middle, too, and we'll see what we can do here. Anybody? Ross! Thank you for holding on to that. Oh, here's the thing. If we score, and then they just march down to score again, this is all for naught. So this should be interesting. Bomb it over to Harry. Good blocking. Harry, no. Hey, it's a decent little pickup, but 53 there. I didn't catch the name. He did well at getting back in the position there. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. Do I not have an RPO that I can audible out to? I don't. Well, that sucks. Well, let's see if James Devlin can get a good block here for Clement. Oh, my God, that was scary, but it worked. Clement with the rushing touchdown. We cap off that drive. Now it's a question, though, of whether or not the defense can hold on, because if they can't, we're screwed. So let's see what happens here, and hey, they do get the stop, so you know what? We're doing this. I'm trying to save the day. I can't lose to Kansas City. I can't do it. I won't do it. So we'll see what we can do here. Oh yeah, this will be fine. This won't be fine. My God, we cannot block. What is happening? What is happening? If the blocks held up, there was at least a little bit of space. There was no space. We're going to send Harris on the wheel route again and see what happens. Can we get just a little bit of blocking? Jesus Christ! What, you got Sonic playing in the secondary? What the hell was that? I'm just saying. Hold on. Right here. This fucker covered an awful lot of distance. That's all I'm saying. He went from zone coverage to man coverage in half a second flat. That's all I'm saying. No, we'll actually stick with this and hope that this works out for us. And, oh god. Yep. Ran out of space. I needed something to be open over the middle. It was not open over the middle in time. And, yep. Hey, I tried. I'm not always going to successfully bail us out. Did we just really intercept it immediately? No, okay, it's just like, hey, do you want to punt it? No, I don't want to punt it. That's special teams, man. It's not offense. Leave me alone. They score. I'm salty that last drive failed. That's what it is. Not happy that last drive failed. Let's just see if we can get a little bit of redemption. Can we block for more than half a second? Jesus, we have probably the best O-line in the league. You wouldn't know it. You really wouldn't know it by how they're playing against this Kansas City defense. It has been rough. Jakeem Grant's able to hold on to that. We got 3 minutes left. I mean, it's a three possession game. I'm just playing for pride. You know, that's all. Just play for a little bit of pride now and again. Throw an interception with Dawson. Hate your life because of it. Please make that catch. I'm very upset. In fairness, it needed to be an aggressive catch, not a possession. I was hoping the defender wouldn't be able to get over there in time. Of course he did, because they can cover all the ground in the world. And I'll take that. I'll take that. Might have had a deep shot downfield, but I don't know if I trust Dawson's arm yet. Oh boy. You know, let's see if we can hit Ross on the outside. Awful blocking, and Ross is going to be just short of the first. Oh, good. Oh, isn't that fun? Wouldn't be a game without an injury, right, EA? Jesus. Can we go one game without an injury? That would be great. That would be adorable. I would really, really appreciate it. That's a face mask. Thank you very much. I'm just playing for a pride touchdown. That's all. That's all. Let me feel like I got something out of this. We're going to lose a game for the first time this season. That's fine. With the way the defense has played, we didn't deserve it. The defense has been the strong point. With the way our O-line's played, we don't deserve it. It's cool. But, goddamn, give me something here, would you? Give me something. So Clement step out of bounds. Wouldn't want to risk injury after all, right? Dislocated ankle. So who are we going to cut so that we can sign another wide receiver? What do you guys think? Who's it going to be? Who's going to get cut so that we can sign another wide out? I should have gone the right bumper. I didn't think he'd be that open. The linebacker stopped chasing him, though. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Which is fine. Let's just see if we can cap this off with another touchdown. We'll sim the rest of it because I'm sure they'll be able to kill the clock. This one be over. But again, we're playing for pride, for honor, and for my O-line to get ripped apart here, right? Nope, they actually... Oh, god damn. Is that Andrews again? It wasn't. It was Joe Tooney. Jesus Christ, guys. What's going on? What's going on? You are not the O-line that was advertised. That's all I'm saying. Please make that catch. Are you serious that you fell backwards? It's a possession catch, and you fucking fell backwards. Are you shitting me? What? Who is this team? Who are you? I don't know who you are. I do know, though, that I love RPOs. Oh, Harry, come on, man. You gotta get in there. You have to. You need to. I don't know if Clement's going to have what it takes to be able to get this. He will. There you go. Another running touchdown for Clement. Too little, too late. We help out the offensive stats a little bit, but we are going to be out of time. Indeed, we are. So we lose our first game of the season. We fall to 2-1 on the year. Kansas City gets the win. There's another injury, because of course there is. When is there not? It's pretty rough. It's pretty frustrating. But what are you going to do? So Dawson loses for the first time in his career. Not a great game for him. 20 of 30, 180 yards, touchdown and a pick. Clement's solid game. Not a single carry for Harris, though, that can't happen. 5 receptions for Clement. The aerial attack wasn't on point. I'm shocked we only allowed 2 sacks because the O-line just got ripped apart from what we saw there at the, at the end throughout the fourth quarter. And Reggie, oh, good, Reggie, oh, yeah, Reggie's hurt too. Oh, okay, EA, I see. I am the asshole here. Are you serious that John Ross and Reggie Choice might both be hurt? As Clinton Tuck, our defensive tackle, takes a step up. We'll make him better as a run stopper. He won't go up to a 76, but that's okay. Get him that much closer to a scheme fit for the rest of the season. How bad are these injuries? One injury. It's to Ross. He's out for 5 weeks. Okay. That's... Well, at least Choice isn't hurt long term, right? It could always be worse. We're going to have to cut Corey Clement. He's done well, but he gets paid too much money. So we have to cut Corey Clement, and we have to cut somebody else. That way we can bring in another wide receiver. I don't know. I still want to keep that O-line depth. Who the hell am I going to get rid of? I guess it's going to be Pat Bost, this corner that we get rid of. That'll free up a bit of money as well. And we will bring in a cheap running back and a cheap wide receiver. Fun. Unbelievable. Equanimous. Oh, you bet your sweet ass we're signing Equanimous. You bet your sweet ass that's who we're signing. Equanimous St. Brown. Welcome aboard. And running back wise, who do we have money to sign? Not you. Perrine? I think it's Perrine. It might be Perrine. Balaj. The Balaj. Let's go for... I don't know who. I don't really have anybody in mind. I was hoping for a good name like Bo Scarborough or Boobie Williams. Oh, good old Bo Scarborough. All right. Let's go for the power back. Yeah, we can barely sign him, but we will. Boomer sooner. Let's see what this depth chart looks like now. We have been ravaged by injuries. We still have a winning record, which is shocking. Harris is going to be the starting running back. Wideout wise, Cooper, Harry, Grant, Sherfield, and Equanimous. And, actually, let's go ahead and do that right there, just in case. The O-line's fine. Corner-wise, that's fine. Having Devin McCourty potentially move over. I still want Joanne Williams to get some time, but that's not looking too likely. Kick and punt returns, still relatively on point. Let's get Reggie Choice out there every once in a while. And Duke Dawson, am I going to have to do the same for punt return? Oh, I am. Good. Let's get Reggie Choice out there. And let's get the Dawson out there. Kickoff's fine. Long snap's fine. I just want to get to the running backs. Thank you. So, Damien Harris is going to be the main focal point here over the next few weeks. We pretty much have no choice. Jakeem Grant is our new top option at slot receiver. Because, again, choices are running out. This has not been very fun from an injury perspective, to the point that I'm going to call it for today, because I think, I think there was a warning about server coming up anyway. We'd only have time for one more game, and honestly, I'm afraid that more injuries are going to happen. We can't possibly have worse luck next time, can we? I'm going to regret saying that.